What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 45 of If I Had a Hammer. If you're still enjoying the series, please go and smash that like button. Lets me know that you're still interested. Now, today we're going to be taking on Besiktas in our third group match here in the Europa League. But of course, before we get to that, we must go over how we've been faring in the league thus far, as well as in the Capital One Cup, our match versus Liverpool there. No new transfers in or out, so let's go right into the matches and see how we did. So with the loss to Dynamo Moscow still lingering over the guys' heads, we came out in the very next match and promptly did the business against Aston Villa, beating them by the score of 4-2 away from home. Lucas, Dimitri Payet, and Joel Poyampalo all coming away with goals, and in fact, Dimitri Payet being a part of 3 of them, scoring 1 and assisting 2 more, proving that even at 33, he is still a valuable asset to the team. And obviously contract negotiations coming up soon. I don't know if I really want to keep him on. He's on a high salary to begin with, as well as his decline in form just over the last season. I'll hold off on that, but on this day, proving why he is still one of my best players on the squad. It was a rough and tumble back and forth match versus Liverpool in the Capital One Cup. We start off strong in the 10th minute, Mesut Ozil with a goal, but 2 minutes later, Liverpool with Firmino knotting the match up. It was real back and forth throughout the rest of the match. 18 shots on our side, 14 for Liverpool's, but in the 119th minute, in extra time, Łukasz Teodorczyk coming through with the winner after a really bad back pass from Fauzi, I believe his name is. Yeah, Fauzi Gulam was the one who created the bad back pass, allowing Teodorczyk to pick up the ball and slot it past Simon Mignolet, making us advance into the 4th round of the Capital One Cup. Like I said, was not expecting this, but off of sheer dumb luck, we were able to come away and advance. Both teams, like I said, very, very even, and we were very lucky to go through. So how do you celebrate a Liverpool win in the Cup? Well, you then come back home and lose to Chelsea, your rivals in the Premier League. And that's exactly what we did here by the score of 1-0. Angel Correa being the only goal scorer on the day, coming in the 5th minute. So we had plenty of time throughout the rest of the match to try and get an equalizer. And not for lack of trying, we came out more in the second half rather than in the first, getting 11 shots, 5 on targets, but unfortunately we were not able to get past that back line and the stone wall of Rui Patricio in Chelsea's net. So very unfortunate, but at the same time, I kind of predicted this was going to be a loss. Realizing that a loss to Zurich would possibly push us as outside chance to get into even 2nd place in this group, we came away with a 2-1 victory. Łukasz Teodorczyk getting us off right in the 1st minute. However, just 3 minutes later, Zurich equalizing, and that left me in a lurch, and that left me really, really nervous up until a Mesut Ozil goal in the 25th minute, and then the defense clamped down on the Zurich offense. From then on, we had 20 shots, 8 on target. We had 60% possession. Really nice to see that we were attacking a lot more than we did against Dynamo Moscow, and we were able to reap the rewards here. So we come away with our first 3 points in the Europa League. Hopefully we can continue with that against Besiktas. But then we come back to the league and only draw against QPR. And our only goal came in the 89th minute after 18 shots and 9 of them being on target. How did we not press QPR even more? I mean, I felt that we had enough opportunity, enough chances that we could have come away with a win here. But at the same time, I think the players were a little sluggish because most of the team were playing in that midweek match against Zurich. So you had some tired players out there like Driussi, like Payet, Chambers, Lindelof. I can understand that. I guess that means that I need to have a little bit more depth in my squad to, swap people out through midweek and the league. But still, I felt like we had enough talent to get through and get a win versus QPR, so this is very unfortunate. Wow, that was shocking. A 3-0 victory at home to Manchester United. Victor Lindelof, Carl Lanetti, and Łukasz Teodorczyk, the goal scorers here. And just taking a look at the stats, you would have thought Manchester United would have broke through, and they almost did a few times. 17 shots and 7 on target for them to our 8 and 5. We had counterattack working for us on this day. Carol Lanetti and Łukasz Teodorczyk just, taking the ball and running, going off the back line and just going one-on-one with David De Gea. The only goal that was not off of a counterattack was Victor Lindelof when he headed the ball in from a corner kick. But still, with a team like Breel Embolo, Vaclav Cherny, and even bringing on Memphis Depay and Ander Herrera at halftime, or actually in the second half, you felt that at any point in time, Manchester United had the talent and had the ability to score a goal. Like I said, they almost did, but fortunately for us, our back line held strong, and we were able to come away with a surprising 3 points here on this day. So with those results, we are now into 7th place, 14 points through 8 matches. Yes, I know, it's still early on, but it's nice that we're back in the top half of the table and pushing towards Europe this early. And as you can see, there are 4 green bars on the table once again. Yes, England had enough coefficients to get back their coveted 4th Champions League spot. So now we really should be trying to shoot for 4th place. We came in 5th last time. Now 4th will get us that coveted last Champions League spot. We can only hope, but of course it is still a long season. Time will tell, and hell, we could possibly get it through winning the Europa League. I know, it's unlikely, but at least we have that opportunity. But let's get into the match today, traveling out to Turkey to face Besiktas. Now taking a look at the starting lineup, we'll have Dragowski in net, Chambers, Lindelof, Lucas, and Shaw along the back line. I've switched up the roles in the midfield and the strikers. We have Caroline and Yuri Tielemans playing as deep-lying playmakers. The 3 advanced playmakers, the AMCs, will be Vandenbroek, Özil, and Driussi. And sitting up front is Joel Poyampalo, no longer in a complete forward, more an advanced forward play type because that is really his best role. So we're going to play him in his best role, and hopefully that bunched together formation will all produce the goals, produce some great passing opportunities, some great attacking opportunities, and hopefully come away with a victory here in Turkey. So cross fingers, hopefully all goes well. Let's kick off and see what happens. Only a minute and a half in, and Besiktas being pressured, but they still have possession of the ball as they're looking to try and break us down. They're playing a 4-3-3 formation today, so a very attacking front to a very attacking front. We have the ball. Yuri Tielemans taking a shot, but way too far out. Özil to Driussi. Driussi trying to find space for Poyampalo to shoot. He does, and it's a save by the keeper. Obviously did not mean to make that save, but we do get a corner out of it. Tielemans getting it inside and cleared away. Tielemans not really racing after the ball. Özil to Poyampalo, tries to go far post, but it's a save. Throw in for Chambers, gets it into Shaw, who's really not playing on his best side. Lucas tries to get it through the wall. Oh, some slick passing for Besiktas. Dragowski having to make the save. 2 minutes of stoppage time on the clock in this first half, but it looks like we could have some sort of highlight, attacking movement, hopefully for us. Can't spread out too much, otherwise they're going to get a lot of space. As you can see, Yako taking a shot from about 30 yards out. It was never going in, but it was very close. Probably one final attacking movement for us. Joel Poyampalo tries to flick it in, but nobody is there. About 30 seconds left to go. Luke Shaw can put it across. He does. Joel Poyampalo just onside. And right before the stroke of halftime, we take the lead here at Besiktas. It's 1-0 to West Ham. Let's take a look at this. Driussi, look at that. So slick passing to Shaw. Did not think he had enough space to get across. It was rather a weak cross too, but Joel Poyampalo able to make the most of it, just staying onside and giving us the lead as we go into halftime. Now, as you can see, Caroline being subbed out early for Marky Noble, and that's because Caroline got a chest injury and he dropped all the way down to 40%. So I really had to sub him off. Not ideal, especially with Mark Noble now with a yellow card on. So we really need to just close down, continue closing down Besiktas and their 4-3-3 style. I think we're doing well with that, lumping the ball over the top, forcing them to come back and keep their attackers out of it. So I'm just going to keep going with this, and in the second 45, hopefully just, if we don't get another goal, at least prevent Besiktas from getting a goal. So let's go back out there and see what happens. All right, it's only just 3 minutes into this half, but a long ball forward from Driussi, or from Özil to Driussi, lays it off to Poyampalo, doesn't really have an angle to take a shot. We do still have the ball. We could still attack if we just keep possession. That's something we have not done very well this season, and that ends that highlight. Perfect. Just past the hour mark, ball pushed forward by Joel Poyampalo. He has a little bit of help. He takes a shot, forces a save from Mustafa, the keeper, and we get a corner out of it. Didn't think enough was going to come of it, but at least we get a corner out of it. Tielemans whipping it in to Poyampalo. Takes a shot! Oh my god, I can't believe that. From about the top of the box, Poyampalo making it 2. I didn't think that would have gone through anybody. Thought it would have been blocked away, but it was a great, great corner. A head down from Enzo Rocco, who just came on the pitch, and a great rifle shot from Poyampalo, hitting the back of the net, keeper making a dive, but obviously could not save it. Ball lumped over the top, Besiktas coming on attack now, Yako coming inside, ball cleared away to back, but he crosses it in. Andre, oh my lord, Andre with a shot, but it's a good save from Dragowski. Can't believe that Andre wasn't offside. Oh, Enzo Rocco with a really bad pass. It's his own mistake, and it bounces off the post, but then Mehmet is offside. Oh, we got away with that one there. We really got away with that one. Yeah, at this point, it's sub out either Lucas or sub out Noble. Lucas is on a yellow and at 64. He's going to be subbed out. Not the most ideal sub, but you know, I need to strengthen my defense. With about 6 minutes left to go in this match, ball being pushed forward from us as we look to try and get one more goal to seal this away. John Suter recently subbed in for Lucas, who is on a 64% fitness and a yellow card. Not a good combination, so he was really my only other center back option too, so that's why I subbed him on. So now the ball taken off. Besiktas now coming forward once again on an attack. Roman taking it to the byline. He tries to get it in. It's an own goal. Luke Shaw just plowed it into his own net, and to be quite honest with you, Shaw was about 10 yards out, and Dragowski didn't get there. How did this happen? Roman bouncing it off Luke Shaw. And oh my god, that was a comedy of errors on everybody's part. Wow. That's all I gotta say to that is just wow. Blunder aside, we still come away with the win. I would have liked to have gotten the 2-0 victory, because if you saw after we gave up that goal, that very poor own goal, we dropped down to second place. We would have been in first had we kept the clean sheet. But yeah, that was a bit of a let-off, definitely. Coming away 2-1 victors, but could have done a lot better, especially when it came to that own goal. I don't care if they look confused and demotivated. At this point, we should not be conceding goals. Against a team like this, we should not be conceding goals. And I can see why. I can honestly see why we dropped down, because Besiktas have the better goal difference. If we would have had... if we would have had the 2-0, we would have had 5 and only gave up 2. They would have had 5. Actually, they would have had 4 and gave up 3. So, yeah, we would have had not just a better goal. We wouldn't have had the better goal difference, but we would have had even goal difference, but better goals for. That's why we would have pushed up in the first place. Forget about that for now. Just forget about that. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. Let's see when we'll come back next. And we'll come back versus Southampton in the league, because that gives us a little good mix of Europa League, Capital One Cup, and Premier League matches to go through. So we're taking on Man City and Brentford next in the Premier League. Yes, Brentford, Premier League. Capital One Cup is going to be against Newcastle in the 4th round. And then, of course, the return leg versus Besiktas coming back home, where I hope that we come away with a win and propel us that much closer to advancement into the knockout stages. So until that time, when we come back versus Southampton, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, of course, smash that like button. Lets me know that you're still interested in the series. And subscribe if you're new and you want to see more FM content on the channel. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything at all, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.